we recently got to go and play a new chunk of Wolfenstein 2 gameplay, set in a near-destroyed New Orleans. Although we've played quite a bit of Wolfenstein 2 already, this section was perhaps the most explosive demo yet, and we've come away even more excited for the final release. From new gadgets to new weapons to new fire-breathing friends, here are 6 awesome things we did in Wolfenstein 2's New Orleans slum. We've already seen this power in action in a couple of trailers. BJ can now gain the ability to run through walls. Having now done it ourselves, we can confirm it feels just as awesome as you would expect it to. BJ is granted this ability via a new gadget called the Ramshackles. Of course, you can't run through every wall, but the ones that are destructible are pretty easy to spot. However, running through walls actually isn't what we expect people will be using this power for most. You can bash into certain doors to open them too, but more importantly, you can actually run straight through people, exploding them like some sort of meaty firework, which is messy but totally worth it. You won't be able to run right through all your enemies, obviously. The move will only briefly stun the heavily armoured super soldiers, but that still gives you extra time to plug them with bullets before they know what hit them. Basically, the Ramshackles just let you charge around bashing into stuff and generally feeling invincible. So much so that it's kind of easy to forget that you very much are not. So do use with caution. Another new ability is perhaps not as immediately obvious in its usefulness, but it has so much potential. Double tapping the jump button will deploy your extra long stilt legs, officially known as the Battle Walker. These legs enable you to reach higher vantage points and quickly avoid gunfire, at least for a few seconds. The stilts do slow your movement, so we wouldn't recommend them for sprinting across wide open areas in search of cover, but using them to pop directly out of cover and spray some unsuspecting Nazis with a hail of bullets from above is extremely satisfying. So, both the Battle Walker and the Ramshackles are designed to enhance different playstyles in Wolfenstein 2. The Battle Walker helps players think more tactically, and the Ramshackles, unsurprisingly, help you to unleash chaos. However, if stealth is more your thing, there is a third gadget that can help you, the Constrictor Harness. This very weird device somehow allows BJ to squeeze through impossibly small grates and holes, opening up new pathways, ambushes, and opportunities to avoid confrontation entirely. It's kind of hard not to think of this device as BJ wearing some sort of weird Victorian corset, but to be honest, that's better than the alternative of wondering what exactly he looks like when using it. And constricting your chest is all well and good, but what exactly happens to his skull and shoulders when squeezing through all these rat holes? How the Constrictor Harness actually works wasn't made clear during our demo, as there's no animation to suggest BJ's body shape has changed, just a weird sound effect. Anyway, the problem with these 3 gadgets, the harness, the walker, and the shackles, is that you'll only be able to choose one during your initial playthrough of Wolfenstein 2, and the others are earned through consecutive completions of the campaign, meaning you'll only have all 3 once you complete the game 3 times. So although we felt a little OP during our demo, in which all 3 were unlocked from the beginning, it'll be interesting to see how that initial choice will, or at least should, complement a player's individual preferred playstyle. Towards the end of the demo, we located the resistance group we were after and agreed to help them get revenge on some Nazis. Our job was to distract the bad guys long enough to give the resistance time to evacuate civilians, and to do that, we were gifted a fire-breathing Panzer Hood that one of their technicians was able to override. This section of the demo was short but sweet, as we took our new pup onto the streets and cooked pretty much everything in our path. After being terrorized by so many Panzer Hoods in the past and earlier in the same demo, it was very pleasing to be able to turn the tables, and though the Panzer Hood can't move very fast, it has a ton of health that you can boost by picking up armor items as you go. He'll also turn to look at you as you approach him, which is just very cute for a metallic monster. If you remember, in Wolfenstein The New Order, there were 2 divergent timelines. One in which you saved your buddy Fergus, and one in which you saved Wyatt. These timelines were mostly the same, but aside from some other small changes, they affected what power-ups players were able to get throughout the game. Fergus's timeline focused on health upgrades and Wyatt's on armour. These different choices continue into Wolfenstein 2, where players who chose to save Fergus have access to the laser Kraftwerk device, and players who chose Wyatt have the diesel Kraftwerk. The diesel Kraftwerk fires small canisters filled with Nazi diesel, which can stick to walls and enemies. You can detonate them remotely for maximum effect. However, as the name suggests, the laser Kraftwerk fires high-energy laser beams that can be charged, making it a very effective weapon to use against heavily armoured and mechanised units like the Panzer Hood. Now, maybe we're just biased because we completed the previous game with Fergus still alive, but for us, the laser seems like a lot more fun, and you can use it to atomise doors in seconds. Very handy. When our demo began, we were advised to upgrade our weapons before diving in, and given 12 free upgrade kits to use however we liked. There are a lot of neat upgrades in there to try out, including armour piercing for the storm rifle, fragmentation and incendiary damage boosts for the hand grenades, and multiple bullet firing for the shotgun, and a rocket upgrade for the camp pistol. These are all small additions when looked at separately, but it really does speak to the fact that Wolfenstein 2 wants players to have as much freedom in how they want to play as possible, and a few small changes do alter your arsenal in quite drastic ways. One of the things that makes Wolfenstein great is feeling like there's a real oomph to the things that you're firing, and in that respect, this demo was a proper showcase in how to feel like a total badass. So that was an action-packed demo that was only a half an hour long, but we've spent more time with Wolfenstein 2 in the past, and you can check out those gameplay videos which are on screen now. Honestly, we're pretty excited for this one. Are you? Let us know in the comments and do like and subscribe if you feel like it. Thanks for watching. Bye!